Okay, so up until this point, I've really talked about you as a guitar player with the worship leader on an acoustic guitar. So like I was saying before, you're really playing two roles. You're doing rhythm and you're doing lead. And you're kind of combining them into your own style. But things change when the worship leader is on an electric guitar. So sometimes on the weekends, Carrie, or if you ever play with Trevor, one of them might lead from electric. So they're covering all of the big rhythm stuff. Now it's your job to play all of the lead stuff. You're the one playing all the lines, triads. You might be throwing in some swells. If you're playing with Trevor, you'd probably want to work that out first, who's covering what, because you two might be playing something very similar, so you want to make sure you have very distinct parts. You're not kind of playing over each other, or you're not kind of crashing into each other. With Carrie, it's just really easy. She's laying down big rhythm stuff, and then for you, you know to go straight to the lead lines. So for this song, we're going to do We Are In Your Hands, which is from Rock Harbor 15. That was a great song to play during that time in the recording of that album. For this song, we'll play it in the key of B, so I will capo 4, and I'll play G shapes. So something for this song, I'll let Trevor carry all of the big rhythm parts. He's got his amp going and it's blowing up. And then for you, you're playing the lead line. So the lead line in that song sounds something like this. Something like that. That's straight off the album, and then Trevor's carrying all the rhythm stuff through the verses. And then if you want to just kind of trickle in and add your own little thing, I like to add in stuff like some of the cool little line parts in the verses, something really chill. And then when the band kicks in huge and you go to the If Our God Is For Us, that's when you can go up to the triad. But for that song, you're going to go from the triad and then you're going to flip back to the lead line, which is... that you're going to live in for that type of song. I'd probably stay away from playing any type of like big chords or doing swells. You're just going to get lost in the mix. No one's really going to hear you, and it's just going to sound mushy and jumbly. So I'd stick to those lead lines, the main lead line, and then the verses you can do just cool little trickly stuff like I showed you, and then you can kick it over to the front half of the choruses to the big triad stuff that we've talked about before. And then when Trevor or Carrie goes to the We'll Stand part and the vocals kind of go up, that's when you'd flip over to the lead line. And you would just kind of hang on that lead line for the rest of the chorus and then all the way through the turnaround. And in that song, you'd do the turnaround out of the chorus and then you'd go into the bridge, which is really down. And you would just kind of let keys and rhythm kind of take the lead on that, and then you would slowly build that up, and you can play the triads, or you could add a few chords, not too many, just to add some body, and then you do the big diamond on one to do the And If Our God Is For Us. You could do the big diamond on one and then just kind of hang out after that, and then in that song we do very specific big diamond wash chords. So you'd probably want to work that out with your worship leader or whatever style they want to do. But if you're going to do it like the album, there's certain chords that you hit on certain notes. So you could learn those, and then you could just add in big chords there. And then when the song builds and the worship leader goes back to the And We'll Stand part, then you could go back to the lead line that we played earlier. And then just kind of take that lead line all the way to the end of the song. If you feel like you're not taking up a lot of space, if you feel like you're not very loud, that's okay. Parts of the stage can be really deceiving. So if you're playing the lead lines, just stick to it, be confident and play it, and know that whoever the worship leader is and they're playing electric is playing big chords. So if you feel uncomfortable or you're not feeling as confident, have them turn up the rhythm player in your wedge, or if you're using in-ears like I do, have them turn them up a little bit. That way you can get that good balance, and that will really help you play confident and really go for it as well. So that's kind of what we will do for that song from Rock Harbor 15.